You're watching Business Access TV.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
You are watching Business Access TV.
Business Access TV.
Serious about business.
Serious about business.
Health and wellness are the buzzwords on everyone's lips these days, and BATV is here to bring you highlights from the Pharmaceutical Society's 32nd annual conference, happening under the theme Pharmacists Advancing Sustainable Development Goals for a Healthier You. I'm Keneal Gale, and I'll be your host. Stay with us.
Pharmaceutical Society has a rich history of representing pharmacists and of doing things that we can all be proud of. It has negotiated through two political administrations, both the PNP and the JLP, to ensure that we have a large representation, in fact, majority representation on the Pharmacy Council of Jamaica. And this is very important because what it means is that pharmacist directs the profession. Are you happy for that? So those are some of the landmark things that the Pharmacy Council of Jamaica has done. As a team, we have negotiated and piloted the training of several pharmacists in basic life support, which includes first aid and CPR. As you are aware, the PSJ is about training, is about ensuring that our pharmacists have cutting-edge knowledge so that in their everyday practice, they can actually advance the sustainable development that we also look towards. And so we have planned and executed several CEs to enhance the knowledge and the capacity of our pharmacists, ensuring that they are equipped, of course, with the knowledge to help their patients.
We are a community, and we are interdependent community. None of us stands alone, and indeed none of us can survive on our own. And when we look at public health, which clearly is my core mandate as Minister of Health, it is becoming increasingly clear to me that we have a significant task to redefine the narrative around what we as government, the drive of public health and ensuring the health of our country, requires of the rest of us as a partnership and cooperation and collaboration in order to ensure the health and wellness of the entire Jamaica. In your case, you represent some 460 pharmacies across the country, about 1,000, I understand, pharmacists throughout Jamaica, some in the public, some in the private sector. And we have to increasingly see you as a strategic, critical partner in the delivery of public health. You clearly have to contend with the challenges of your particular businesses to ensure that you balance your books, to ensure you make a return on your investment and your efforts, and that's very important. But we are so connected as a society in terms of the challenges that we face, whether in delivering the direct benefits through writing prescriptions and providing medication, or the medium that we engage, the technology, as was spoken to earlier. If there are any mishaps, if we discern a particular challenge at a particular point in time, even if it appears to affect just one subset of our population, invariably it affects all of us. And the partnership therefore becomes so much more important. When you look at the disease profile of our population, where lifestyle-related diseases NCBs as we call it, has become the dominant risk to individual and community. When you look at the cost of treating those lifestyle diseases, it comes right back to us as individuals and how we treat with ourselves and how we see our personal responsibility. And also as a collective, based on our particular areas of specialization, doctors, nurses, and pharmacists. And that's the approach that we have taken, certainly over the last year plus, in trying to redefine how do we in the public sector, in public health, find a more critical role for those who are supporters of healthcare generally, but not directly linked to the public health space. And so when the NHS launched the public-private partnership, where today some 17 private pharmacies are involved in providing public drugs to patients who access public health care, doctors in the public system. That is a core manifestation of the partnership that we seek, that we have achieved, and that we must continue to grow and expand.
We go to a break, but don't go too far because we have lots more after this. Thanks for staying with us, and if you're just tuning in, we are here at the Pharmaceutical Society's 32nd Annual Conference, an event geared at helping you to stay in the best shape while giving you all the inside information on the industry.
What is cybercrime? Today we live in a digital world where companies, corporations, and almost every imaginable activity is influenced by the evolution in technology and technological devices. The computer has changed the way we do everything. It influences the way we do business, and as a consequence, it must influence the management strategies employed. And I am sure I pause here because I noted from your program, from the message of Dr. Tufton, that you will all be going into this whole issue of putting out regulations. And this is policy, Dr. Tufton, for electronic prescribing. So here it is, you are ushering into your world the use of all this digital technology. Now, at first blush, I can assure you it appears to be sexy, but there's a dark side. And that is what I think the policymakers, the extra burden on Dr. Tufton's head, and I take it Mr. Jones and Dr. Dunn to make sure that as you go into this particular arena, you go fully clothed with the knowledge that will help to make sure that you are proactive and you will not be vulnerable to the negatives of the digital world, which will put you into the cybercrime arena. The misuse of computers and computer systems have resulted in a legislative response in the form of the Cybercrime Act 2015, and this is amended from a previous act in 2010, which seeks to address criminal activities which target computer systems and data. The Cybercrime Act criminalizes the unauthorized access to data or computer systems, together with the unauthorized modification, interception, as well as computer-related fraud and forgery. The legislation does not define cybercrime, but it defines the term computer. The definition is wide enough to cover devices such as thumb drives, hard drives, tablets, and cellular phone devices. In fact, any data storage and processing device are included in this definition. in a conversation with your president, I thought I have to really zoom in a little bit more on this phenomenon of social media. Because not only if you are a parent of, I almost said teenager, but any child, but it seems to me that social media has just about taken over everybody. You have pictures on social media of people using their phones and walking into open manholes, or actually being killed crossing the road and not attending to where they are going. You have professional protocols now going into looking at the use of social media at the workplace. In fact, you have companies that are going into your social media to decide whether you are a professional in terms of how you present, even in social media, whether they would wish to have you on their establishment. And we see that gentleman in the White House, Mr. Trump, in terms of policy, is making sure that when you are crossing the borders of the United States, don't be surprised that if you fall in a particular category of person, that your social media, that you're going to be vulnerable to that being explored by law enforcement at the border and even before in applying for a visa. So it really behoves all of us to know exactly what we are about as professionals and have an inbuilt, how should I put it, compass in respect of what it is that you do when you go into the digital world. Because I can tell you, and you could also invite several of the cybercrimes persons, the experts. I can think of Inspector Linton from MOCA, who will tell you that nothing is secret anymore once you put certain information on digital. You'd be surprised, because in some encryptions, law enforcement will have particular software that can lift it. I don't know if I should be telling you that, but it is a fact. You see from CSI on television anyway. So you have to be very careful, because once you have put it out there, you cannot call it back.
Here, practitioners generally is very close to our heart and group, and it's been a part of our corporate social responsibility as we travel across the enterprise of Jamaica now to find ways, very innovative ways of helping to secure the wealth of people who have entrusted their entire lives to taking care of people. There are many studies that show that people who often are in the profession of taking care of people don't take care of themselves. This is with the same passion and vigor that you do. And so you have to have somebody taking care of you. And that's where we want to come in as your financial partner to ensure that we are looking out for your well-being. Not only your financial well-being, of course you need money for a lot of things, but the financial aspect is just a part of it. And so we welcome ourselves, proven into your family, the industry, and we look forward to a long-lasting partnership. So thank you, and we wish you a successful conference.
We take our final break, but don't touch that remote. We have more highlights for you after this. Dr. Michelle Russell is here talking with us now, and Dr. Russell is the second vice president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Jamaica, and she's also the chair of the Continuing Education, Research and Training Committee. Dr. Russell, you sure do a lot in putting together this conference.
Yes, we do. It's a lot of work. It takes almost a year to get it together for the topics and choosing speakers. We chose this year to do sustainable development goals, which is a part of the WHO mandate for 2030 to improve the lives of the whole world. We're addressing things like the non-communicable diseases, your diabetes, your asthma, your cancers, obesity. These are the things that we as pharmacists feel very passionately about. We want to make sure that when you come into our pharmacy, whoever this is, whether it is in government or private, that you can speak to us on how to prevent them and how to treat them. That is our mandate. That is what PSG is all about, getting the best health outcome for the population.
How is it important for Indies Pharma to be a part of this conference?
We as a drug brand equity developer and also the distributor in this nation, it's our responsibility to be supportive to the industry and its associations. It's our major responsibility to build the country through the education of the pharmacist fraternity and being part of this world, to build a healthy world while we caring for the nation's health.
The conference is focusing on how pharmacists can contribute to sustainable development. How do you think that is possible?
It is an ongoing process and a never-ending process. It's for perpetuity. It's so interlinked. The health, what we always say, health is wealth. So this is where healthcare comes in, and this is where the pharmacist who plays a very intricate role and a game changer, like what you heard a while ago. They are the ones who are the ongoing caretakers of the patients. Whether or not they see the doctor, they will go to the pharmacy first to fill the prescriptions, and they take further advice. That's where the pharmacist says, yes, you can continue, or no, you go back to the doctor for further checkup. So they play a game-changing role in the industry and the healthcare. So it's very, very pivotal for our industry.
We're now with Janice Wedderburn, and she's the brand manager for over-the-counter products at CariMed. Janice, just tell me, how has this conference been for CariMed so far?
Well, so far the reception has been excellent. As usual, our pharmacists support us. We have frequent visits to our booth, and they're very appreciative of what we have to offer and the new products that we have online as well.
What are some of the new products that CariMed is offering?
Well, we have our contact lenses now available from CariMed Fresh Look. So if you want to change the color of your eyes, you can buy a Fresh Look. And in addition, we have our Aris Skincare line. Now, Aris Skincare is well known on the market. It's made right here in Jamaica by Dr. Yap. And so you find that a lot of persons tend to draw to that product line. And we have products like the Aris Sulfur Bar, which is a flagship soap. So a lot of persons do recommend and do use that product.
What's the major thing you want to achieve from being here?
Well, from being here, first of all, is just to support the Pharmaceutical Society of Jamaica. And secondly, we want persons to continue to recommend our products. They're excellent products, and we know that they will continue to recommend it. So we just want to further encourage the recommendation and to give information on what the new products are that are coming out. We have even lactic acid that I didn't mention, that now we have 3 presentations coming out later in the year. And so we want them to just be aware that those will be available, look out for it, and ensure that they have it in their pharmacies.
And joining me now is Karen Peart. She's the brand manager for Massey Pharmaceuticals. How are you, Ms. Peart?
I'm very well, thank you.
Great. Just tell us a little bit about Massey Distributors.
All right, Massey Distribution used to be HG Hopwood. In 2001, we were bought out by Massey, the Neil and Massey Group, and so we have rebranded and we're now Massey Distribution Jamaica.
Tell us a little bit about some of the products that you have here at the Pharmaceuticals Conference.
We're represented by 6 booths here today, and we supply a wide array of pharmaceutical, over-the-counter, as well as prescription drugs.
Give me a quick overview of the things that you have that are new and what has the response been.
All right, we have a new line from Denk Pharma, solely distributed by Massey Distribution. It's an OTC line, very interesting products, and they're what you would call supplement so that it can be easily understood.
Tell us a little bit more, well, as much as you can, about some of the plans Massey Distribution has going into the next couple months to a year.
We are on a drive to really promote all our products, our Carlisle products, which are mainly geared towards cough and cold, as well as for our topicals. Summer is coming up, you're going to need all your rubs and ointments for your rashes, mosquito bites, etc. We have our Pharmatex line, which is a Massey branded line, and we have our Pharma Wormall, and you know summer is coming up when you deworm all the family.
What are some of the major things LASCO is trying to achieve by participating in a conference like this?
So one is partnership. Our pharmacists are one of our key customers. We spend a lot of time with them, so this is in support of a great learning environment. So we participated primarily for that. And we also use the opportunity just to showcase some of the brands that we provide to the whole healthcare industry, whether it be prescription or over-the-counter, so that, you know, again, bring familiarity and partnership between both groups.
LASCO has made a significant contribution to the pharmaceutical industry in Jamaica and has carved out a pretty big chunk of it for yourself. How do you see LASCO's role in helping to drive economic growth?
Okay, to drive economic growth, one of the things you want a society that is healthy, you want a society that can access healthcare. And one of the things that LASCO prides itself in doing is ensure that the medicines are affordable so that patients can access, so that healthcare becomes a reality. Not just a prescription on a piece of paper, but you actually can get the drugs, you can get it at a good price.
And let's talk about that, because one of the things LASCO has prided itself on is getting drugs at affordable price to the Jamaican people.
Right. So we source our medicines from all over the world. We have multinationals, we have branded generics, we have generics from Canada, we have generics from India, we have generics from Germany, we have generics from all over. We also, like I mentioned before, we have the innovators. So we have a nice balance of portfolio for the patients, wherever their pocket can reach. And at the same time, we ensure that they are of the highest quality, so that it really doesn't matter which of the molecule you get. I mean, as long as it's the right molecule for you, you're going to get the results that you want. So that really, really helps, so that, you know, no longer are gone are the days with some patients just not being able to access medicine. And this works well with the current infrastructure that the government has in terms of the NHF, the JADEP, and you also have now Avendis and access to healthcare, which at, you know, zero cost almost to the hospital. So you put all of that together, you bring an affordable medicine, you bring the right medicine, and you have more patients getting care.
Pharmacists play a central role in the management of patients, especially patients with what we call chronic non-communicable diseases. So a doctor will see a patient and diagnose a patient with something like diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol, and then that patient may be given a prescription for 3 months or 6 months or a year. And it is a pharmacist's responsibility now to manage that patient through this period while they're not actually seeing their physician. And so if there's anything going wrong with the drugs that a patient may be on, or with the condition, if it's not properly controlled or so, then the pharmacist has to give that patient advice. And so it is very important that the pharmacist is so equipped and is continuously updating the information as it relates to these non-chronic communicable diseases that are out there that are affecting our patients. And what this will do in terms of sustainable development and advancing sustainable development is that we won't have a lot of rehospitalization of some of these patients, and that will obviously reduce the costs associated with hospitalization of patients. It will also help to improve productivity, because if a patient is sick, they can function as well as if they're not sick. And these are the things that we are looking at to see how pharmacists as a healthcare professional can assist in sustainable developments for the society.
What are two of the major takeaways do you want pharmacists who attended this conference to leave with?
Well, two of the main things that we want our pharmacists to recognize is that, look, I am, as a pharmacist, the repository of a lot of information that can assist my patients on a daily basis. And so I need to equip myself to ensure that the information that I'm passing on to my patients is of such high standard that, it cannot be questioned. Also, we want pharmacists to recognize that they are also the main persons as it relates to drug therapy and drug therapy management. So if the patient comes to you and there's a problem with the drug therapy, you should be able to do what we call a workup of that patient, whether it be a pharmaceutical workup of that patient to say what are the issues and then to decide on a way forward so that you can make recommendations to physicians and other healthcare professionals who are so involved in the management of their patients.
That brings us to the end of our coverage of the Pharmaceutical Society's 32nd Annual Conference. Until next time, I'm Kenil Gale. Thanks for tuning in to Business Access TV, serious about business.